Okay, mouth's closed. Everyone should be listening, please. Okay, so question 1, circling the prime numbers. The prime numbers are the ones that only have 2 factors, itself and 1. So 5 is a prime number. 12 is not because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. It has lots. 17, yep, 1 and 17, that's prime. 21, do you think that's prime? No. 25? No. 30? No. 35? No. 40? 41? Yes. All right. So there are 3 of them. 5, 17, and 41. Now it says, question 2, name the factors of 1 and 22. When we did this in class, I asked you to do your times tables, things that times to give 22. So we started with 1. We went 1 times 22. That makes 22. Then we move on to the next number, 2. I could do 2 times 11. That makes 22. And I keep trying to increase by number each time. I go 3 times. Does 3 times something make 22? That's never going to work. 4 times something make 22. 5 times something. There is no others. That's all of them. But you try to find all of your times tables that make 22. Once you have these written down, you can write them as a list by going down here. So go 1, 2, and then up there, 11, 22. So 1, 2, 11, 11, 22. So that's the numbers written out in order from smallest to largest. Question 3, find the highest common factor of the 6 and the 15. So just like in question 2, first of all, I want to find all the factors of 6 and think of your times tables. We could do 1 times 6 and we could do 2 times 3. And that's it. They're the only ones. So in order, it would be 1, 2, 3, 6 for the factors of 6. Do the same thing for 15. 1 times 15. Can I do 2 times something? No. Can I do 3 times something? Yes. 3 times 5. Can I do 4 times something? No, and 5 is already here, so I have them all. So it's 1, 3, 5, 15. Once we have both of those lists written out, HCF stands for the highest common factor, which is the 3. Very good. All right, so that is a quick recap of last lesson, which will help you finish off pages 9 and 10 in a little bit. Yes? Yeah, it could be, if they were prime numbers. So if I said 17 and 19, the highest common factor would have to be 1. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at these next section. We're going to be moving into something called multiples, but these are some definitions. It says define and give an example for the following. Factors is what we were just learning. A factor or factors are numbers that divide exactly into a number. Okay, so you can be testing things on your calculator if you're not sure whether something is a factor or not. And if you divide by a number and it goes evenly, that means it's a factor. But if you divide by something and you get a decimal or a fraction, it means it's not a factor. Okay, so an example, so e.g., for example, we could say the factors of, and let's do 10. The factors of 10 are 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. I've done them as the times tables, but 1, 2, 5, and 10 are the factors. As long as they're all there, that's fine. Okay, the new part, multiples. Multiples are numbers that are created by multiplying by the particular number. And I should say by any whole number. There you go. Let's get rid of that by. Multiplying the particular number by any whole number. There we go, that makes better sense. So for example, these are basically your times tables. If I want to know, for example, the multiples of 3, they are going to be my 3 times tables, starting with 3 times 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. The next one's going to be 3 times 2, so 6 would be my next multiple. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. And you could go on forever because to multiples, times tables, you can go as big as you want. Okay, so we put those little dots at the end saying these can go for a very long time if I want to continue that pattern. Often in a question, they will tell you how many multiples to do. So they might say, find the first 10 multiples or the first 3 multiples. So just look out for that in the question. Again, for some of the bigger numbers, things that we're not really familiar with, like 16 times tables, for example, we don't really know those ones memorized. So you can also work these out by adding on your number each time. So these ones, I can just be going plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So if you're doing 16 times tables, you're just adding 16, adding 16, adding 16, adding 16. All right, does that make sense? Okay, so let's try some on the next page. Example number 2. Has everyone written that down? That can write? Okay, question 2. Write down the first 10 multiples, so that's quite a lot, 10, for each of the following numbers. So starting with our 2 times tables. We could almost do a little chant here, I think. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 2 times 3 is 2 times 4, 2 times 5, 2 times 6, 2 times, what am I up to, 7, 2 times 8, 2 times 9, and 2 times 10. 20, not 19, 20. All right, so they're just my 2 times tables, or start with 2 and add 2 as you go up. Okay, let's do it again for 3 times tables, but we won't chant them this time, it'll take too long. So 3 times tables is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21, plus 3 is 24, plus 3 is 27, and plus 3 is 30. I'm just adding 3 every time instead of having to go 3 times, 3 times, all right? Adding on 3 each time until I have 10 numbers. Okay, let's do the 4 times tables. 4 times 1 is 4, and then we're going to add on 4 each time. So plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24, plus 4 is 28, plus 4 is 32, plus 4 is 36, plus 4 is 40. 4 tens are 40, so that's the last one, look. Yeah, you might just have to watch. Yeah, that's all right. Just try to watch and see if you can remember. Okay, how about I give you a head start? Can you try to do the 5 times tables, please? Just the 5s for now. You can keep going if you're confident. You were? You're not anymore? Oh. Are you done? Fives are the easy ones. Count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, 6 is a bit harder. All right, counting by sixes. 6, 12, 18, 24, plus 6 is 30, plus 6 is 36, plus 6 is 42, plus 6 is 48, plus 6 is 54, and plus 6 is 10. The last one's a good one. You know you've made it because 6 times 10 is 60. If you're ending up on something else, on your 10th one, you've made a mistake. All right, 7 times tables. Anyone want to say them for me? Go, yes, go, ma'am. 7. 7, 4. Yep, yep, yep. Yes, you're right. Yes, yes. 3. And last one, 70. All right, gonna do eights. Yes. Oh, wait, got to keep up. Yep. Yes. 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 56. Yep. 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 Yes. All right, how about I give you, see if you can all do the 9s, 10s, and 20s. You fill them in, and I'll fill them in, and you can look at mine if you're not sure if you're making a mistake. You fill them in? You done them all? Been quite fast. How'd you guys go? Done? All right, that's a lot of times tables. All right, are we almost done? All right, who are we still waiting for? Okay, quickly, please. All right, I'll start talking, but I'll leave that up there. So we're now going to do example 3 and example 4. These are more the kind of questions that you'll be practicing over and over. You need to write out some of the multiples of 6 and some of the multiples of 8 so that you can find the lowest common multiple of both of them. Now, it doesn't say in this question how many to do because you just need to go until you find one that is in common. Seb? One. No, that's a factor, not a multiple. Matthew. That will give you a common factor, but it won't always be the lowest, which is the case for this one, because 6 eights are 48, but 48 is not the lowest common multiple. Let's find it. All right, everyone quiet. Listening. So remember that multiples are your times tables. So let's do some 6 times tables. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus on 6 again is 24. Add on 6 again is 30. Let's just see if that's enough. Let's go to the next one and do some 8 times tables. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. And I can stop because I have now found there's a 24 in this list and a 24 in that list. Once I have a number that comes up in both of them, I have found my lowest common multiple, which for this one is 24. All right, let's do it again. It's the lowest, because you wouldn't do highest because we could go forever. So for multiples, it's always the lowest. For factors, it's always the highest. Oh, let me do it for everybody. Question 4, writing out some 12 times tables. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. That's probably enough. Let's see how we go. Let's do 16 times tables, which you probably don't know, but you're going to add on 16 each time. So 16 is the first one. 16 plus 16 is 32. Add another 16, 48. And we've found it. Look, 48 and 48. Yeah. All right, your turn.